Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Istanbul for the UEFA Europa League group stage draw. Today, we are joined by representatives from the teams that have qualified, all of whom are awaiting to discover who they will be facing in this year's competition. Every single one of those clubs will be hoping to follow in the footsteps of Eintracht Frankfurt, who won this trophy 3 months ago, beating Glasgow Rangers in Seville to cap off a fantastic tournament. Before we get into the draw, here's a look back at some of the best moments from what was another wonderful UEFA Europa League season.
So we are underway. European football is back.
Le début de la campagne en Ligue Europa.
What a shot that was! Sensational goal. What a group stage it's been. The UEFA Europa League knockout round playoffs introduced for the first time this season. It's a beautiful finish. This is all about trying to get through to a European quarter-final. The second goal comes. How important could it be?
Special scenes, what a season, and congratulations again to Eintracht Frankfurt on their first European title since 1980. Well, it was another phenomenal season of UEFA Europa League football, but before we begin today's draw, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate Filip Kostic and Ansgar Knauf on winning the UEFA Europa League Player and Young Player of the Season awards. Kostic was an integral part of Frankfurt's triumphant campaign. The Serbian international scored 3 goals and registered 6 assists for the German side, while Knauf played every minute of Frankfurt's run to the final, scoring against both FC Barcelona and West Ham United. Huge congratulations to both players and best of luck to Filip Kostic as he begins a new adventure with Juventus in Italy. Well, now it's time to introduce our first special guest helping with today's draw. It gives me great pleasure to welcome a former UEFA Cup winner who also holds the record for the most appearances in Bundesliga history, 602 games, and all for one club. Bringing the UEFA Europa League trophy onto the stage this afternoon, please welcome Karl-Heinz Körbel. Danke, Charlie. Very good job. It's very heavy, the Europa League trophy. Charlie, willkommen. Hello. I'll ask some questions in English. Charlie will respond in German. Charlie, your playing career with Eintracht Frankfurt spanned almost 2 decades. Was there a particular moment that stood out for you?
Ja, ich glaube, für jeden Fußballer ist, glaube ich, der wichtigste Moment bei seinem ersten Bundesligaspiel. Und ich habe damals das Glück gehabt, mit 17 Jahren gegen den Bomber der Nation, gegen den besten Spieler vielleicht oder Stürmer auf der Welt, gegen Gerd Müller zu spielen. Und habe die Bewährungsprobe bestanden. Und ja, von meinem ersten Spiel an wurde ich dann Bundesliga-Rekordspieler mit 602 Bundesligaspielen. Also mein Startschuss war gegen den großen Gerd Müller.
An incredible achievement, and Muller, of course, one of many legends to have played against. Now, tell me, you have done almost everything there is to do at the club. You've been an assistant coach, a coordinator of the youth academy, you've coached the under-19s, you've twice been a caretaker manager as well. Was there any role in particular that you enjoyed?
Ja, viele Erfahrungen. Es war alles sehr, sehr schön, aber jetzt meine Rolle, was ich jetzt gefunden habe, ist, glaube ich, die beste Rolle, dass ich mich um unsere Traditionsmannschaft kümmere. Wir haben mittlerweile 60 Spieler auch und weil ich einfach die Tradition liebe. Ich spiele selbst noch mit in meinem Jahr und bin immer noch der beste Spieler von der Traditionsmannschaft. Also es hat sich nichts geändert, deswegen kümmere ich mich um unsere Traditionsmannschaft.
And having dedicated so much of your life to this club, we have to talk about this trophy here because Eintracht Frankfurt, winners of the competition last season. How special was that? What did that mean to you?
Ja, das war eine unglaubliche Geschichte von Anfang an. Es hat ja vor 3 Jahren in der Euroleague angefangen. Es war für Eintracht Frankfurt eine Geschichte, die ist, glaube ich, unglaublich. Und dass wir natürlich dann diese unglaublichen Spiele gegen Barcelona, gegen West Ham und dann der Höhepunkt in Sevilla, das Endspiel auch, war auch selbst für mich, obwohl ich ja den Pokal schon gewonnen habe, eine unglaubliche Sache. Das mit den Fans zu erleben und ihr habt ja auch alle mitbekommen, was da los war. Es waren 30, 40, 50.000 Eintrachtler in Rom oder in Mailand und auch in West Ham oder auch in Barcelona. Und dann bekommt man Gänsehaut. Und gerade in dem Vorspann habe ich ja die Bilder noch mal gesehen. Also selbst für mich war das nochmal ein unglaubliches Erlebnis. Und für Eintracht Frankfurt war diese Euroleague, glaube ich, unglaublich wichtig auch. Und dass wir jetzt in der Champions League spielen, das hätte, glaube ich, vor Jahren niemand für möglich gehalten. Aber man sieht, dass im Fußball alles möglich auch ist. Und deswegen, wir wären ja auch mal hier da gesessen. Deswegen wünsche ich den deutschen Vereinen natürlich, das ist ganz klar, Union Berlin und SC Freiburg, dass sie vielleicht auch diesen Weg nachgehen.
Beautiful words. Well, it was certainly an unbelievable run. The fan support, incredible as well. Look forward to seeing them in the UEFA Champions League this season. Charlie, thank you for now. We do need to move on because this season's UEFA Europa League final will be played at the Puskás Arena in Budapest. And our next guest is one of the most talented players Hungary has produced in recent memory. He starred for his country at UEFA Euro 2016. And he helped Fulham reach the UEFA Cup final back in 2010, scoring 2 goals in a now famous rout of Juventus. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the UEFA Europa League final ambassador, Zoltán Gera. Zoltán, welcome. Thank you for joining Charlie and I here on the stage. Now, you had a fantastic career but was that UEFA Cup run with Fulham back in 2010 a particular highlight?
Yeah, it was a great experience for me because I could play in England for Fulham for many years. And obviously we played against the biggest team, you know, against Juventus, Shakhtar Donetsk, with great experience. And we just enjoyed the moment to playing in the Europa League and in the final, of course.
Absolutely. Special memories, I'm sure. Now, the Europa League final this season, set to be played at the Puskás Arena in Budapest. You were there for the inaugural match at that venue. It was your farewell, 67,000 fans in attendance. Can you tell me a bit about what makes that stadium so special?
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't play in that game. But yeah, first of all, Puskás name. I think I don't need to introduce that name. So it's a wonderful stadium and also a beautiful city. And I experienced some of the great memories already on the Euros. So it's a great stadium, especially when it's full. And looking forward to the next year for the final.
And so we no doubt about that. Just lastly, on your national team, you were there at Euro 2016 with Hungary, the nation's first appearance in an international tournament for 3 decades. You made it to the round of 16 as well. Just how special was that experience for you and your teammates?
Yeah, for me, because, you know, I was 37 that time. I thought my career will be finishing without playing in the Euro. So it was a great experience to represent my country in France. And I think we had some great matches, especially against Portugal. So I was quite happy to be part of it. And hopefully Hungary will continue and we will play another Euros and World Cups.
Wonderful stuff. Well, Zoltán and Charlie, thank you again so much for being here with us today. May I ask if you take your positions now at the draw table, because we are getting close to moving on with the draw. Not long to go now, but we do need to welcome the UEFA Deputy General Secretary, Giorgio Marchetti, and Tobias Hedstuck, UEFA Head of Club Competitions.
Thank you very much. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the draw for the UEFA Europa League group stage. The road to Budapest, where the final will be played at the magnificent Puskás Arena, starts today. The 32 teams involved in today's draw will soon find out the first part of the route that will take them to the Hungarian capital on the 31st of May 2023. Model to emulate is Eintracht Frankfurt, who won a thrilling final last season, beating Rangers on penalties in Sevilla. The UEFA Europa League is a competition that continues to grow in stature. It is sufficient to take a look at the clubs involved to understand that this competition brings not only diversity, but also quality, tradition, and legacy. But before we move on with the draw, now let me wish all the clubs involved the very best of luck over the coming season, and especially in this competition.
Giorgio, thank you very much. Well, let's take a look now at the technical procedure for this season's UEFA Europa League draw.
32 teams have been allocated to 4 pots in accordance with the following principles. Pot 1 will comprise the UEFA Europa Conference League title holders, AS Roma, and the top 7 clubs in the club coefficient rankings. Pot 2, the following 8 clubs in the rankings, and so on for pots 3 and 4. For TV coverage reasons, every 2 clubs from the same association are paired in order to split their kick-off times. That is, 1 early and 1 late. For this reason, the 8 groups will be distinguished by colours. Groups A to D will be red, and groups E to H will be blue. When a paired club is drawn, for example, into a red group, A to D, the other paired club, once it has been drawn, will automatically be assigned to one of the 4 blue groups, E to H. In addition, pairing principles will also be applied between the UEFA Europa League and the UEFA Europa Conference League. Therefore, in the case of associations with one representative in the UEL group stage and one representative in the UECL group stage, these clubs will likewise be paired so that their matches kick off at different times. In the case of associations with 3 clubs in the same competition and one in the other competition, the unpaired club will be paired with the club from the other competition. The teams of Pot 1 will be drawn first. A ball is drawn at random and opened to display the name. The team drawn is placed in the first available group in alphabetical order from A to H, as indicated by the computer. For example, if the team drawn has all 8 options from A to H available, it will be automatically allocated to Group A. In a similar way, if the team drawn has only 6 options available from C to H, it will be automatically allocated to Group C, and so on. It must be noted that the number of options available to a team depends not only on the team's own attributes and those of the teams already drawn, but also on the attributes of the other teams still to be drawn. This is due to the computer calculations needed to anticipate all possible scenarios and to prevent any deadlock situation. This procedure will allocate all the teams of Pot 1 to the various groups. It will then be repeated for the teams in Pots 2, 3 and 4 in that order. At the end of the draw, a computer will assign the final positions of the teams within each group. These positions will determine the order of the home and away matches, as well as defining which matches are played with an early or late kick-off. In this respect, the computer will ensure that stadium and city clashes are taken into account. The match calendar will be released on Saturday morning at the latest.
So there you have it. That's how it all works. A quick reminder that there are 32 clubs in today's draw. Pot 1 represents the 8 top-seeded teams, including last season's UEFA Europa Conference winners AS Roma, Arsenal, Manchester United, amongst the lot. So let's get going. Giorgio, over to you.
Yes, and I'm ready to hand it over to Zoltán. Zoltán, you will help design the path that will take the 2 best teams to the Puskás Arena at the end of May. So everything is ready, and our fans, our spectators, everybody wants to see who will play who in this 22-23 season of the UEFA Europa League. The first team drawn is
Arsenal.
Arsenal FC. Arsenal goes into Group A, obviously. So we can now proceed with the second team to draw. Arsenal were finalists twice in 2000 and 2019 of this competition and reached the semi-final in 3 of their last 4 campaigns of Europa League.
Dynamo Kiev.
Dynamo Kiev is the second team drawn, Group B for Dynamo. And Dynamo were semi-finalists in 2009. 17 successive seasons with participation in a group stage of one of the UEFA competitions. Next team is
AS Roma.
AS Roma. So Roma can now be allocated to Group C. So next group, Zoltán, please. So Roma coming to the Europa League by winning the UEFA Conference League last year and making Jose Mourinho the only person on earth having won the 3 UEFA club competitions.
Manchester United.
Manchester United. For Manchester United, we have Group E. So Manchester United goes to Group E, winners of 2017. The final played in Stockholm, but also reached the final in their last appearance in the competition in 2021.
SC Braga.
And now we have SC Braga, which can join Group D. Braga, which in the last season fielded the youngest player ever in the competition, Roger Fernandes, at the age of only 16 years and 88 days.
Lazio.
Now, Lazio, again from the city of Roma, and Lazio joins Group F. Group F for Lazio. We are ready to see another one. And Lazio is the Italian club with the most matches won, 32, and the most goals scored in the UEFA Europa League era.
Olympiacos.
Olympiacos, the Greek champions, go to Group G. So Group G for Olympiacos, which has made the round of 16 6 times in their history. And they are the team, together with Ajax and Napoli, with the most participations in the Europa League knockout phase, 9 times.
Crvena Zvezda.
And now we have Crvena Zvezda from Belgrade. Crvena Zvezda is joining Group H. With this, pot 1 is concluded.
Thank you, Giorgio. Very well done, guys. Well, 8 teams down, 24 to go. Let's move on now to pot 2, which includes Feyenoord, Monaco and Malmö, who progressed to the group stage with a playoff win against Sivasspor. Tobias, over to you.
Thank you, Adriano. And one more shuffle, then we start looking who will be the first opponents from pot 2. Please. Let's have a look who is the first team.
PSV Eindhoven.
PSV Eindhoven, the winners from 1978. They will go in Group A and will join Arsenal. Good start. Keep on. Will be the next.
Stade Rennes.
Stade Rennais FC from France. They achieved the round of 16 in 2019 and they will go to Group B together with Dynamo Kiev. So 2 groups already done. For pot 2, keep on, we carry on.
Ludogorets.
PFC Ludogorets from Bulgaria as well. Their 6th successful season in the UEL group stage, and they would join Group C here together with last year's Conference League winner AS Roma.
Malmö FF.
Malmö FF, champion from Sweden, achieving the round of 32 in 2019 and 20. They will join Group D there together with SC Braga. Halfway done. Four more groups open. Have a look at the next.
Real Sociedad.
Real Sociedad de Football from Spain, the quarterfinalist in 1989. They go into Group E, there together with Manchester United. Okay. Carry on, 3 more.
Feyenoord Rotterdam.
Feyenoord Rotterdam, last year finalist of the Conference League and the winners of the Europa League in 74-2002. They join to the next group available, which would be Group F, together with Lazio. 2 more. Let's have a look.
Karabakh.
Karabakh FK from Azerbaijan, the champion. Their 7th participation in the group stage, and they go to Group G. So 1 more.
No more.
We know who it is. We know as well where they will go. So let's confirm it.
AS Monaco.
AS Monaco from France, the semi-finalist in 1997. They go to Group H, and therefore we have now the first opponents. The groups are ready with the pot 2. Back to you.
Lovely work. So we're halfway through the draw now, and already some fantastic matches to look forward to. Straight to Group A there, Arsenal and PSV Eindhoven promises to be a great clash. Group E, Manchester United and Real Sociedad. And Group F, Feyenoord against another club from the Italian capital, Lazio. There, but it is time to move on to pot 3 now, including Turkish side Fenerbahce, Copa del Rey winners Real Betis and FC Union Berlin from Germany. Giorgio, back over to you.
Thank you. Yes, to give more substance to these groups, we will now see a third team in each of the groups, starting with this team, his name.
Bodo Glimt.
From Norway, Bodo Glimt is ready to join Group A together with Arsenal and PSV Eindhoven. It's the first time that Bodo Glimt participated in the group stage of the UEFA Europa League, but last year they took part in the UEFA Conference League.
Fenerbahce.
Now, from very close to where we are, Fenerbahce, Group B for Fenerbahce, and Group B will see Dynamo Kiev, Stade Rennais playing with Fenerbahce, the semi-finalists of 2013.
Real Betis.
Now, another team from Spain, Real Betis, Group C for the winners of the Copa del Rey of Real Betis. And in Group C, they find Roma and PFC Ludogorets. 3 years without defeats in the UEFA Europa League group stage for Betis.
Sheriff Tiraspol.
And now it is Sheriff Tiraspol, the group to which they have to be allocated is Group E. This means that Manchester United and Real Sociedad will play against Sheriff Tiraspol.
Midtjylland.
Now we move to Denmark with FC Midtjylland, and Midtjylland can be allocated to Group F. F means Lazio, Feyenoord and Midtjylland. Second successive season for Midtjylland in group stage of Europa League.
Union Berlin.
Union Berlin, Group D for Union Berlin, together with SC Braga and Malmö. Their first participation in group stage for Union Berlin in this competition. Next team.
SC Freiburg.
SC Freiburg, again from Germany. This time Freiburg, and the group of Freiburg will be Group G, together with Olympiacos and Karabag. First participation after 2013-2014 for Freiburg.
Ferencváros.
And we conclude with a club which is closer to our friend Zoltán, Ferencváros. So Ferencváros is going to join Crvena Zvezda and AS Monaco in Group H. And this has told us everything about pot 3.
Thank you, Giorgio. I hope you're happy with that, Zoltán. That completes pot 3. 3 of the 4 teams in each group are now known, and we can look forward to plenty of intriguing matches. Great quality right across this competition. Let's take a look at Group B, Dynamo Kiev, Stade Rennais and Fenerbahce. And Group C, Roma and Ludogorets, now joined by Real Betis. Plenty of quality to come. One more pot to go, and the final pot features clubs like FC Nantes, who are appearing in this competition for the first time in 21 years, as well as Turkish champions Trabzonspor. Tobias, please finish us off.
Thank you. Let's have a look to finish the groups. One more shuffle, then we are ready.
Oh, we're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see who will be the first one to close the group.
FC Zürich.
FC Zurich from Switzerland. Their first appearance in the UEL since 2018-19. They go to Group A.
Larnaca.
Larnaca from Cyprus, their third participation in the group stage, and they will join Group B, there together with Kiev, Stade Rennais, and Fenerbahce. Let's carry on. Two groups we know.
Omononia.
Omononia FC from Cyprus, only their second participation in the group stage, and they will go to Group E. There they will join Manchester United, Real Sociedad, and Sheriff Tiraspol. Another group finished. We keep on, and let's have a look at the next team.
Helsinki.
AJK Helsinki, our friends from Finland, their second participation in the group stage, and they will join Group C. And therefore, the group finished with AS Roma, Ludogorets, and Real Betis. So, halfway through,
Okay.
let's have a look at the last remaining four.
Union Saint-Gilloise. Oh, Belgium.
Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgium.
Belgium.
And it's their first participation in the group stage, and they will join a Group D here together then with Braga, Malmö, and as well Union Berlin. And that's, keep on. That's another group finished. 3 more to go.
Sturm Graz.
Sturm Graz from Austria, the runner-up and quarterfinalist in '84. They will join Group F, and therefore they will be together with Lazio, Feyenoord, and Midtjylland. 2 more.
Oh, more. Trabzonspor.
Trabzonspor from Turkey, the champion, achieving round of 32 in 2012, 14, and 15. And they will go to Group H. So one more.
More.
We know as well who it is. We know where they will be. Let's have a look for confirmation.
Nantes.
FC Nantes from France, quarterfinalist in '86 and '95. They will go to Group G, together with Olympiacos, Karabakh, and Freiburg. So we have all the groups. And back to you, Adriano. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, gentlemen. We have all our groups now complete. So let's take a look at what we have to look forward to in this competition this season. We'll start with Group A, Arsenal, PSV Eindhoven, Bodo Glimt, and FC Zurich. Group B, Dynamo Kiev, Stade Rennais, Fenerbahce, and AEK Larnaca. In Group C, of course, last season's UEFA Europa Conference League winners Roma, Ludogorets, Real Betis, and HJK Helsinki. In Group D, SC Braga, Malmö, FC Union Berlin, and Union Saint-Gilloise. Over the page now, Group E, Manchester United, Real Sociedad, FC Sheriff Tiraspol, and Omonia. In Group F, Lazio, Feyenoord, Midtjylland, and Sturm Graz. In Group G, Olympiacos, Karabakh, SC Freiburg, and FC Nantes. And finally, in Group H, Crvena Zvezda, AS Monaco, Ferencváros, and Trabzonspor. Many thanks to our special guest, Charlie Körbel, today. Vielen Dank, Charlie. Zoltán, Gera, our final ambassador, thank you for joining us as well. And Tobias and Giorgio, great work as always. The UEFA Europa League group stage matches kick off on Thursday, the 8th of September, and best of luck to all of the clubs involved. Here's to another exciting season in the UEFA Europa League. From all of us here in Istanbul, it's goodbye for now.